Both Arsenal and Sheffield Wednesday. This is Arsenal against Spurs, who went in front through Teddy Sheringham. He confirms himself as the Premier League's top goal scorer this season. He wins the Golden Boot. This really a shadow Arsenal team in many respects, and the outcome, not too much of a surprise. John Hendry got the second for Spurs, so that was 2-0. Paul Dickoff, who'd scored against Crystal Palace after coming on as a substitute on the Saturday, got a reply for Arsenal. Good strike too. Before Spurs tied it up at 3-1. Hendry the scorer of their third. Arsenal, of course, with their minds on Wembley. No question about that. And that was almost certainly the case for Sheffield Wednesday, who were in the capital at Loftus Road to play Queen's Park Rangers. They lost 3-1 as well. Bradley Allen scoring first for Queen's Park Rangers. That's the Allen family trademark. Goals. 2-0 to Rangers. Not surprisingly, Bradley Allen the scorer of the second. And this confirmed Queen's Park Rangers as London's top club this season. Here's the third. Les Ferdinand with his 19th Premier League goal of the season. That's 3-0. And then by way of a consolation for Sheffield Wednesday, Mark Bright, who scored consistently all season as well, he made it 3-1. And this is how the Premier League table finished. Manchester United, champions by 10 points in the end. Won their last 7, of course, United. From Villa, Norwich City 3rd, Blackburn Rovers 4th, Queen's Park Rangers 5th, and Liverpool finishing 6th. Sheffield Wednesday, Tottenham, Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea making up the rest of the top half. And the bottom end looked like this: Wimbledon, Everton, Sheffield United, Coventry, Ipswich Town, Leeds United, Southampton, Oldham Athletic, just 3 going down, Crystal Palace, Middlesbrough and Nottingham Forest. We're on a 5-minute delay here at Elland Road because there are people outside the ground still coming in. But here come the teams, Leeds United and Manchester United. Unfamiliar faces, very familiar colours and atmosphere at Elland Road. How about that? Leeds United lead from the first leg. Let's join our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. Good evening, everyone. Leeds United have never known anything like this at this level. Never before have they gone beyond the quarter-finals. And now at the halfway stage of this final, prior to the second leg, they hold the balance of power against Manchester United, who first brought attention to this competition when Matt Busby's protégés really were footballing babes back in the 50s. Leeds field exactly the same side which won at Old Trafford, 5 of whom have performed in the Premier League this season: Kevin Sharp, Mark Tinkler, Rob Bowman, and the scorers of the 2 goals in the first leg, Noel Whelan and Jamie Forrester. The players, though, not taking anything for granted here. They had a real scare in the second leg of the semi-final when Norwich came here and won 2-0, but Leeds just went through 4-3 on aggregate.
I think what you'll find tonight as well, at both sides, the formations bear a remarkable resemblance to the first teams at each club. Leeds United will be a very solid 4-4-2 formation. And they were looking for the number 11, Jamie Forrester, really to put the tie beyond Manchester United.
Manchester United have had to make 2 changes forced on them by injuries to 2 members of last year's winning side, John O'Kane and Nicky Butt. So 15-year-old Philip Neville joins his older brother Gary in the back line. Paul Scholes, the top scorer with 29 goals, drops deeper into midfield. And Robert Savage, a Welsh youth international, comes in up front.
And this side, like the senior side, very strong at the back normally. Solid in midfield. They have 2 real flying wingers there. Very, very talented, who'll be going forward all the time to support the front 2. And here's a nice little battle to look for tonight. 2 players playing at this level, but both with first-team experience. And if Manchester United are going to get back in, then Keith Gillespie really has got to test Kevin Sharp.
The referee, as at Old Trafford, Paul Durkin from Dorset. Jamie Forrester, who gave Leeds the lead on Monday night. Noel Whelan added the second. Will that be enough to stop this trophy coming to Elland Road to stay for the year from Old Trafford? Manchester United, the holders, kicking off. And this current crop of youngsters so widely praised. Leeds United's youth team really giving the club the last chance of a trophy in this season, which has seen the senior side rather fall from grace. Riley with the throw. Here's Smithard, coming wide on the right of 4 in midfield. And bundled down by Savage with Beckham alongside him.
Well, it's no surprise really if this is a frantic start. I suppose that both managers, both men in charge, the difficulty would have been before the game was keeping them down, keeping their feet on the ground, not letting them get carried away. And it wouldn't surprise me if we had maybe 5 or 10 minutes of this frantic action until the lads settle down.
The pitch has been heavily watered all day. It's got many scars on it, as you can see, with the rugby league being played here. A fact over which Leeds United have very little control. It is a council-owned stadium, and the playing surface imparts an embarrassment to the Leeds United staff for all the good work the ground staff put in. Not quite the purity underfoot that Old Trafford has these days. So a free kick to Manchester United. Here is Gillespie against Sharp, and pass Sharp. Down goes Forrester.
Well, that's exactly Keith Gillespie's trademark, that his ability to run at people, and not only that, but go past them.
Gillespie, who comes from Northern Ireland. Sharp. A fast start in front of a huge crowd. Just over 30,000 at Old Trafford on Monday, and it won't be far short of that figure here. And not, in the end, too far short of the 34,000 that saw Manchester United's senior side play here earlier this year.
Yeah, that would be something if the crowd was higher, wouldn't it?
A long throw from the captain, Gary Neville. Chris Casper, the other centre-back, right in there, but well held by Paul Pettinger, his first real challenge of the evening. The 17-year-old Leeds goalkeeper who comes from Barnsley.
Little confidence builder that for a goalkeeper, if ever there was one. Came out, took it very cleanly indeed.
The younger Neville, Phil, the two boys, sons of the commercial manager at Bury, who, believe it or not, is named Neville. Sharp. Whelan allowed to turn here. Forrester looking for a link-up. What Leeds United did do in the first game is they approached their task with great tactical soundness. They were well briefed about the strengths of Manchester United, although the two clubs do not meet in the course of the season in league matches. They're in entirely different leagues. Manchester United, the Lancashire League, Leeds, the Northern Intermediate League, which is in fact an under-19 competition.
Yeah, what Gary McAllister was very impressed about the first leg was the way that they didn't allow this very talented Manchester United side to express themselves early in the game, and you'd expect to see something similar tonight.
Andy Cousins with the Leeds long throw. advanced on by Whelan, who really is a tall young man. Cousins trying now with a cross, another little flick from Whelan. And that's spat up on the edge of the penalty area and made it impossible for Forrester.
Well, you can see what he had in mind as well. He pulled the trigger, he was ready to let fly, and it was a wicked bounce.
Forrester. Whelan, strong. And that's the quality that Eric Harrison, the Manchester United coach, admired in the opposition's play in the first game. Man for man, they do look bigger, the Leeds players, and there's none bigger than Noel Whelan, who, despite the Irish name, has opted to represent England at this level.
Well, this is the best way to keep a flying winger quiet, isn't it? And that's attack him yourself. You can see Kevin Sharp there leaving Keith Gillespie behind, and that's the best way to do that.
Kevin Sharp, like Jamie Forrester, had a spell in France with Auxerre. Sharp indeed had a couple of games in their first team. They went there from the FA school at Lilleshall, where they were contemporaries of Richard Irving of Manchester United. There's Kevin Sharp. He was actually born in Canada. Came to this country when he was only 18 months old. And the French connection, if you like. Sharp and Forrester. Look from Smithard. Beckham, who's a ball-playing midfield man, the number 8 for Manchester United. Chris Casper heading back there to the goalkeeper. Here is David Beckham, who's come north from Essex, where he grew up in the Leytonstone area. And Whitmarsh in the Manchester United goal. Just to remind you, Leeds starting the night 2 goals to the good. But they did lose at home in their semi-final second leg, whereas Manchester United in the equivalent match in the other half of the draw won away and repaired the damage from a home leg defeat against Millwall. Ahead of Daly, the number 5. Beavering away was Irving. Thornley out-tackled there. And Gary Neville being chased by Forrester. The goalkeeper had 1 or 2 problems with his kicking in the first game. Savage. Thornley. He loves to run with the ball. Laid off well by Whelan. Crisp play by Leeds here. Forrester in too much of a hurry. Savage. Spreading the play superbly for Gillespie. Scholes has gone to the near post, and it's hauled in well by Pettinger. And he wasted no time in admiring his own work, using the ball quickly to Smithard. Beckham. Sharp getting in on Gillespie. Cousins with the interception. Paul Scholes, the usual striker, having to play in midfield. Eric Harrison's plans disrupted by 2 injuries from the first game and by another to 1 certain replacement. The American Jovan Kirovsky, who scored the winner in the semi-final. He's injured as well.
Well, this was a lovely piece of play. First of all, from Gillespie, who's only interested in getting past the fullback and getting his cross in. Look at that earlier catch, giving Pettinger all the confidence he wants to take that very cleanly again. What Leeds have done quite well since the start of the match is put the midfield area in particular under tremendous pressure, not allowing the Manchester United players time and space to pop passes about. But immediately they lose the ball, putting pressure on Manchester United to win it back.
Leeds rehearsed the move this morning to try and get Rob Bowman through on Manchester United when they push out. And the shot across the face of the goal came from Simon Oliver.
Well, it did come straight from the training ground, and the only thing was that Rob Bowman went in a little bit early, and he had to check his run. They all come out, but he went in a little bit early, and he really had to check his run.
Well, if you saw our live coverage of the senior game between these two sides, you'll have seen Rob Bowman, who played here against Manchester United in the Premier League. Ordered forward by Scholes. Goal kick. Manchester United, who beat Blackburn, Notts County, Wimbledon, York City and Millwall. Paul Hart in the middle there, very much a father figure to these Leeds players, and his own 17-year-old son, Jamie, one particularly committed Sky Sports viewer tonight, watching from his school down in Somerset, a school very famous for sporting success. But Jamie Hart is more a cricketer than a footballer, Paul tells me. Smither going on. Here's Cousins. Forrester actually made a clever run there. He wouldn't have been offside, but the pass wasn't right for him. Mark Tinkler, we haven't seen too much of him. He's had 7 Premier League appearances, mostly in midfield, but a very influential defender in the youth team.
And it's probably at the centre of defence where he will make his career, isn't it, as well, Martin? Although, as you say, he's been used in midfield and leads the senior team.
Watch for him, Leeds get set pieces.
Some youth, wasn't he? Goodness me. The size of some of these lads.
Here he goes to win a header, as he was pushed by Robert Savage. Savage starting tonight, finding the difficulty straight away in the air against the tall Tinkler. Whelan. And a fantastic goal from Forrester. Worthy of the occasion, worthy of the attendance, and Leeds now lead overall by 3.
Well, this is an absolutely wonderful finish. Whelan the one they're looking for. The 9 goes up. Great little touch on. They've got the sleeping defence. But what a magnificent finish that is. You've got to keep your eye on the ball when you're doing a skill test. Look at the way Forrester does that. Connects perfectly. He knows the goals aren't going to move. And he gives Whitmarsh absolutely no chance. Super skill.
Jamie Forrester, a young man with a reputation, having come from the FA school at Lilleshall and then taken that unusual turn early in his career to go to France, which certainly raised some eyebrows in the professional game in this country, but back now in his native Yorkshire and certainly living up to the billing. Forrester, who got the first goal on Monday, gets the first goal here tonight. But it was a terrific finish and an excellent flick to show the harmony between these two attackers for Leeds at this level, but they're also great rivals as well. They were level on 32 goals apiece, and now Jamie Forrester has edged ahead of Noel Whelan, courtesy